Okay, let's unpack this. You sent over your Sagittarius horoscope for April 30th, 2025.
Right.
Our mission basically is to dig in and pull out some useful insights,
Mm.
help you navigate the day.
From the small stuff like daily routines right up to relationships and, well, those bigger dreams.
Exactly. And we've got quite a mix here. Astrology hitting on health, career, money, love,
Yeah.
the whole cosmic vibe.
Yeah, it's a busy chart for the day.
So what's the first thing that kind of jumps out?
Well, I think the strong Taurus energy is pretty significant. You've got the Sun and Mercury there.
In the sixth house, yeah.
Exactly, which is all about your daily grind, your routines, your wellness. It's a very grounding influence.
Which for a Sagittarius, always looking for the next adventure, that sounds
Right.
maybe a bit counterintuitive.
It can seem that way, but it's more like a cosmic reminder to streamline things, to
Yeah.
really focus on well-being.
So practical steps.
Yeah.
Like what could you actually do today with that energy? Maybe look at your morning routine.
Yeah, or just how you manage your tasks. Finding efficiency, but also maybe finding more joy in those everyday things. It's about building a solid base.
Okay, that makes sense. You
Yeah.
need that launch pad. What about partnerships? Venus and Jupiter and Gemini are lighting up the seventh house.
Ah, yes, that's a really vibrant combination. Gemini loves connection, communication.
And Venus brings the harmony, Jupiter expands things.
Yeah,
So lots of social opportunities.
definitely. And potential for real growth through collaboration. Think partnerships, teamwork, maybe even romance.
What kind of connections should you maybe keep an eye out for? Anything specific?
With Gemini involved, I'd look towards connections sparked through shared ideas, group activities, maybe friends introducing you to people.
Intellectual sparks almost.
Sort of, yeah. Brainstorming, learning together. And that lucky number 3 really emphasizes collaboration here. I think 3 heads are better than 1.
Interesting connection.
Yeah.
Okay, then we shift gears a bit. Mars in Cancer.
Hmm.
That's activating the eighth house.
Mm-hmm. Shared resources, intimacy, those deeper connections.
And Mars brings the drive, but Cancer adds emotion, intensity.
Exactly. So things could feel quite passionate, maybe a little intense in those areas.
So a heads up needed. Like be mindful of boundaries.
Definitely mindful of boundaries in relationships. And if you're dealing with shared finances, maybe do some extra homework, be really clear.
Got it. Navigate the intensity with care. Now Saturn in Pisces is in the fourth house. That feels different again.
It is. It's offering a kind of anchor. Saturn asks for structure, and in the 4th house of home and roots.
It's saying nurture your foundations, even while you're aiming high.
Precisely. How can you balance that Sagittarian ambition with your home life, your family? Maybe it's about clear communication at home or delegating things.
The horoscope even mentioned home-cooked meals and family time. Real grounding stuff.
Yes, very nurturing. It's about creating that secure base to leap from.
Okay, circling back to finances, slightly Venus and Gemini again. Potential for joint ventures, maybe spending socially.
Right, that collaborative Gemini energy extends to money too, so opportunities might come through others.
But maybe keep an eye on the spending. Gemini can be a bit scattered, somebody.
A little bit. Enjoy the social side, but yeah, maybe set some mindful limits. And listen out for tips or referrals from your network. Could be a surprise opportunity there.
Like a side hustle or something popping up.
Could be, yeah, through a connection.
And health-wise.
Yeah.
Sagittarius rules hips and thighs, so movement is good.
Always good for SAG. Hiking, yoga, dance, whatever feels expansive.
But that Mars in Cancer, potential stress.
It could bring some underlying tension, yeah. So balancing activity with unwinding is key. Nature walks, journaling, ways to process feelings.
And the lucky color, adventurous orange. That sounds very Sagittarian.
It does, captures that energy, that joy.
So pulling it all together, what's the core takeaway for you today?
I think it's really about that blend. Balancing your natural desire to explore and expand with a real need to ground yourself through routine and stable connections.
So don't see them as opposites. Routine supporting adventure.
Exactly. Partnerships can inspire you, but that stable home base lets you take the leaps. Your curiosity is powerful, especially when you focus it intentionally.
Okay, so here's a thought then. What if focusing on, say, tidying your workspace, that sixth house thing, what if that actually clears your head? And that's when the brilliant idea for a collaboration, the seventh house thing, pops up.
Right. Or maybe taking that time for a quiet family meal, the 4th house.
Yeah.
Gives you the emotional bandwidth to handle a tricky conversation about shared finances, that eighth house intensity. It's all connected.
It really makes you think about how these different parts of life feed into each other, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So the question to really sit with today is this. How can you consciously weave together your adventurous spirit with that need for stability and grounding?
Not as a conflict, but as
Right.
a dynamic partnership within yourself.
Yes, how might bringing that grounded awareness to your explorations today unlock something unexpected or lead to a richer kind of fulfillment?